There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 50% unemployment. He decimated the economy. Absolutely decimated the economy. That's why
he's giving Gran Turismo.
Provided thousands of millions of
jobs. What are you doing?
In involved communities, including minority communities.
I know JOcko said if it's like time of war, he's gonna put his hat in.
He's gonna.
I don't want to be that president, which would be really cool. He could be like
strongman president.
Who's that guy who did the speech behind like the flag and shit? He'd be that kind of guy, right? You know how he talks? He's like, America, we need to do something now. It's 4:30 a.m. Let's get after it. Good.
Good.
President off. I don't know. You know, if the president talked to us like that, I'd be like, hell yeah. Fucking America. Let's go. We're safe.
I'm shaking in my boots.
I'm gonna pay attention to the winds of life, and you know how sometimes just things just come just on their own.
Oh, I know. The winds blew me a couple weeks ago, so that's why.
Oh snap, blew you away, huh?
Yeah.
Pull down your pants and everything.
Oh, wind! I had no idea.
You know, he's like the pastor's son, apparently.
Oh.
So you would, right? The pastor's son.
You would, you son of a
bitch. You'd be like the most like rebellious, like fuck this, I gotta get out of this prison. I gotta get out of here. All these crosses in my house.
Jesus keeps looking at me.
He has that painting with like the sad eye.
He's judging me.
Man, if you have like the crucifix in there, that's some weird shit. Like I don't know, that gets a little weird when you show the
Jesus hanging on the cross.
Yeah, the blood and shit. It's like you like the pain side of the
sadist.
Yeah. Then you're gonna do like the Vinci Code shit where that guy he puts that fucking metal on his leg. Oh. And he whips his back, right?
He does.
Sicko.
Is that how you get off?
Isn't that Jarvis?
Yeah, it was
Jarvis, dude. Hey, Miguel. Oh shit, changing it up. Changing it up, this guy. How come I can't hear you? Uh-oh. Changing up and I don't hear my buddy. Alright, ML. Is this better, ML?
I don't know. Is it?
Sounds better.
Fuck.
I don't know. Just sounded more crackly in the other one.
Weird, man.
Yeah. Anyways, what's going on, brother?
What's up, brother?
Happy Sunday. I'll just edit all that shit out.
All right, sounds good.
How's your morning? You had a nice shower, freshened up.
Had a nice shower. Gave the boys a walk around the building. Leo's sleeping, hence my new location. Let him have his bedroom.
Okay, so you're rocking in the living room.
I'm rocking in the living room.
Interesting. Nice. Does it feel different?
I mean, this is where I was rocking when we first moved here.
So it's pretty normal.
It's kind of nostalgic in a way. Like I remember like rocking in here and then like the first Christmas with the Christmas tree and all that stuff.
Yeah,
this is where I would sit before.
Nice. Well, yeah, since you just woke up, I guess your
I've been
day...
up for a while.
Yeah, which is a common thing. Yeah, I just went on Sunday, open mat, did my usual. It was nice today. I mean, pretty chill. No one roughing me up too bad, and
yeah,
you know, feeling like I was flowing, not too shabby. Yeah,
nice, dude.
Especially when like, you give like a black belt a hard time. I gave like this black belt like the first minute, like just constant attacking, and then all of a sudden momentum switch, and I was like, oh fuck, And then once like that person's working their game, it's like so solid where
Welcome to my world.
it's then you realize how crappy you are. It's so funny. And update on, you know how I tapped my professor, like his shoulder's been sore and he hasn't been rolling. He didn't roll today, so it's like I heard an injured soldier. You know, I didn't hurt, but I tapped
I attacked a wounded
predator.
Yeah,
who like normally you like would like kill people, and it just he had a broke. You know, he was probably like a lion that just had a limp in his leg, and the hyenas came and
took advantage.
I was a hyena, probably just a little. So it was a fluke, you know, or was it? Who knows?
I don't know.
I have a video about flukes. That's why I was trying to segue, but we can keep talking jujitsu. Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu. You son of a bitch.
What's going on?
Dude, for me, I don't know. I'm in like that weird stage of I feel like I'm getting worse.
You have the blue belt blues now? Is it the thing now?
I don't know, man. I'm like,
it happens to everyone.
What's wrong with me? I fucking
when
suck.
When I first told you about it, you were probably like, nah, I'm, you know, no expectations. But now you're like in it. You're like, fuck.
God, I suck.
I feel you. It's just there's like a you feel like you're stagnant in your game, and it's pretty normal. I think time away from the mat too. But I mean, after your whole competition, it would be nice to like go focus on something else, which I know you told me what you're focusing on. But then maybe like when you come back, like it's a fresher look.
Hopefully.
Every time I come back and it's been a while, I feel like new eyes for real. Like maybe you're just you just can't see it because you're so into like you gotta step away from the canvas. Is something art school always taught me. Because sometimes you want to get into detail and you look in and then you zoom out like fuck. I was working on a finger and this whole body I gotta work on, you know?
Yeah, I mean it felt like a mixed bag. Tuesday was good. Tuesday and no gi was good, but man, Thursday and gi, I don't know. Maybe it was just my partners, man. Like this one guy, he's a big dude. He really likes that fucking top pressure. And he just smothers you and you're just kind of like
so every Thursday you're aware that he's gonna do that to you.
Well, I mean, he's not there every Thursday, but you know, whenever we end up rolling, and then I'm like, all right, I know what's gonna happen.
Do you have an answer for it yet, or is it still like?
No, I'm trying not to get smothered. But you know how it is, right?
Yeah.
Like big dude just laying on top of you, trying to mother's milk you, trying to get you to turn.
Yeah. I had a purple belt. His name was PJ in Half Gracie. Shout out. I don't know if he would never listen to this, but when I was a white belt, he'd always do the same pass and always do the same like choke. And even though I know he's gonna do it, I just can't do anything. It was like years. Like I feel like I was there for a year and a half, and he kept doing it. I still never found an answer.
What the fuck?
And no one, like a lot of people, struggle with that. Like he was like that purple belt that gave everyone a hard time, and everyone asked, like, "Hey, how do we deal with this?" Like,
yeah, what the hell?
When you have that one powerful like move, and you're kind of like a sushi chef, and you just do that one thing, and you just like finesse it, and you get real good. Yeah. Real good.
So it's that, and just I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm feeling like you said, stagnant. Just kind of feeling like I'm getting worse. But just like I don't know, man.
That sucks. That you know, you're having this feeling before this competition. It's like every competition, there's like you were really like, hey, no expectation, white belt. I'm gonna go out there and have fun, and you're like, yeah, double gold, and you know you had fun. But now it's like, oh, the pressure's on. I'm a blue belt. I gotta represent Alliance. I feel you,
dude. That's exactly what's
you got
happening.
a lot of sand. You have a lot of sandbags on your shoulder. Well,
Oh. I mean, it'll be what it'll be, right? Like,
part of the process.
yeah,
This is the blue belt process for sure.
it's the trial by fire.
Yeah. I mean, shit, like, I know how I always feel before doing a tournament. Hyper focused. Like, that's why you're so hyper focused on your flaws. It's just like oh god, I just
The
noticed everything.
The boat is filling up with water. I'm gonna drown here.
But hey, man, you're going out there just to see what Big Loon's all about and have fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let it get me down too bad if I get destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, it's probably gonna just sting in that moment. But hey, that's life stings in that moment.
Yeah, at least I got a vacation planned around it. So
yeah, right.
That'll distract me.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, all right, let's go enjoy the vacation now.
Yeah, sounds fun, man. Yeah, just look at it as like one thing to do before you have a great vacation, and yeah, you got this, man.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
You
Thanks,
got
buddy.
Lions. Any other spicy stuff? Oh man, sorry, I didn't post a pod yet. It was a busy week.
No worries.
No one knows what I'm talking about. Spicy stuff yet.
Any spice? What's going on with the spice?
You have more jits, or I can show you that video about flukes and stuff.
I mean, yeah, I'm feeling like I guess that's the blue belt blues, I guess. And I mean, I'm not like I'm broken up about it. Like, I guess broken up's not the right word. I'm kind of bummed out about it, but at the same time, I mean, the other aspects of my life are good, and the prospects for the future are bright. So I'm not letting it like really get me down. It's just I don't know. I think it's just the reality with my training frequency and just what's happening in my life. It's like it's just one aspect of my life, and it's not like I'm gonna quit or anything. It's just I'm having a hard time right now.
Also, you're talking to your friend that does it, so it's like, it's just how it is, man.
Yeah, you're the only one I can tell that I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I suck.
Well, you're telling the world too, but it's okay. The world does.
The world's
got your back. The world's got your back.
The world's like, hey, we suck too.
We all do.
Yeah, no, that's about it.
Cool, man. All right. Well, win or lose, like your outcome will probably shape something.
Yeah, it's all part of the journey, right? Like learning opportunities, the struggle. It's opportunities for growth, and you learn when you're having a hard time.
Yeah. This video is gonna make you think about choices and shit, and butterfly effect. That's like the theme. Everything does not happen for a reason.
Big think. I've seen a few of their videos.
Yeah, me too. Can't recall what topics, but
throughout our lives, we are told that we're in control of our path through life. As long as we sort of make wise decisions, then everything will turn out all right. And when things don't turn out all right, the saying that we always hear is that everything happens for a reason. Now, both of those things are untrue. There's a story of a seemingly unimportant vacation that a husband and wife took to Kyoto, Japan in 1926, Mr. and Mrs. H.L. Stimson. They came to Kyoto for about a week, and they fell in love with the city. As they left, they sort of thought to themselves, this is one of the best cities in the world. Now, of course, a vacation doesn't normally change history. But 19 years later, Henry Stimson ended up as America's Secretary of War. He was overseeing the decision of where to drop the first atomic bomb in 1945. And the target committee said Kyoto is the obvious target. Now,
no, not my Kyoto.
Things to action to take Kyoto off the targeting list. Now, the second bomb is supposed to go to a place called Kokura. But when the bombers approach the city, there's briefly clouds that obscure their view, and they can't guarantee that they're going to hit the target. So instead, they go to the secondary target, which is Nagasaki.
Clouds saved your life, dude.
But a bizarre one. that the reason why hundreds of thousands of people died in Hiroshima and Nagasaki rather than Kyoto and Kokura is because of a 19-year-old vacation and a passing cloud. When we look back at our lives, when we look back at social change, we think about these big, obvious pivot points. What you don't think about are the invisible pivots. We're told to ignore the noise and focus on the signal. It's a huge mistake. The noise is where many of the most important and consequential events in life take place. My name is Brian Klaas. I'm an associate professor in global politics at University College London, and I'm the author of FLUKE, Chance, Chaos, and Why.
All back.
Oh, Fluke.
One of the most interesting realms of science is evolutionary biology, and it tells us so much about why things happen. Now, evolutionary biology has a major debate within it that I think is really useful for understanding change in our own worlds, in our own lives. And this is the debate between what's called contingency and convergence. Convergence is where there's a set of order because certain things work, and you can sort of have a little bit of noise, a little bit of fluctuations, but you eventually get to the same destination in the end. Contingency, or what I call a fluke, is where a small change can have a profound impact. A fluke is often seen by people as a lucky or a chance event that changes the world. I use it in a broader sense for anything that is contingent. The flukes of life reshape our world, and yet we often write them out of the models or the imaginations we have when we tell the stories of why things happen. One of the ways I apply this to our own lives is with something I've coined called the snooze button effect. It's a Tuesday morning, you wake up, and the snooze button beckons to you. So you decide to slap the snooze button and sleep for 5 more minutes. Now you imagine that the tape of your life rewinds 30 seconds, and you have a slightly different decision, and you decide not to hit the snooze button. Now the question is, what changes about your life? Anything that would stay the same, regardless of the snooze button, that would be convergent. Because even though you have this little change, ultimately you got to the same destination in the end. But if your life unfolds in a profoundly different way, then the snooze button would be a contingent event, because that little tiny change has diverted the trajectory of your life.
Separate
So
timelines.
I think that the right way to think about change in our lives and our societies is contingent convergence. We're somewhere between order and chaos, where we have these moments that may seem consequential, may seem completely invisible to us, that do change our path. But then once we're on that path, there are forces of order that do constrain the way that change unfolds. And I think these ideas of contingency and convergence allow us to structure our thought to understand the different extremes of how our lives can radically change or not change that much with every individual decision that we make.
He believes he doesn't have a purpose.
He does. This
when
guy,
you think
the
about
author,
why things happen, physics tells us that there's an unbroken chain
Just
of causes.
letting
and
us know
effects,
this
all the
isn't
way
his
back to
purpose?
Big Bang. So there's all these
I'm
reactions
just
and things that are happening, and they
floating
eventually
around.
lead to you. Now imagine your life as a sort of thread. We're all sort of tied together.
We're
Martin
connected,
Luther King
Miguel.
Jr. called this the garment of destiny.
That's what they
The
say.
thread of your life
and
is
me.
not individual. It is part of a tapestry.
Everybody.
If you pull one thread,
No,
the
just
whole
you and
image
me.
of the tapestry changes. It's not like you can just
I don't want
unravel
to hang
your
out there.
bit.
Fuck
Fuck
And that's
everybody
because
else.
your thread is part of everybody else. It's part of
Oh
everything.
shit!
It's part of the
He
way
said
we
everybody
come
else
to be.
too.
Additionally, chaos theory tells us that if any small change happens,
It's like that
over
episode
time
of
it can lead to
Community.
very big effects.
Yeah.
And this is what we know as the butterfly effect, the idea that a butterfly flapping its wings can create a hurricane many days later.
What about
Ashton
butt,
Now, of
Kutcher.
course,
butt
that's
flaps?
also true
You know when
for us,
Flaps.
because we are made
You know,
of
in
physical
doggy
matter.
style
We're
butt
not some
flapping?
magical being
Yeah.
that's separate from the rest of nature. We understand this when we think about
Dust-
the past.
dust
We don't
from the
understand this when we think about the
butt
present.
flap.
So when we watch sci-fi films,
Whiffs
for
into
example,
somebody's
that imagine
nose, they
time travel,
sneeze.
the warning that is always issued is you shouldn't touch anything
Blows
because you
pollen.
might
Yeah,
accidentally
but
delete yourself
Ashton
in the
Kutcher
future
movie.
or
I gotta
fundamentally
watch that
change
again.
your
Remember
present
he,
time.
he lost his
Talk to
arms
anyone.
or something?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
touch anything. Don't do
Sad.
anything. Don't interact with anyone, and try not to
Doc
look
Brown.
at anything.
The problem is that when we think in the
He
present,
yelled
we
at
never
the
think
little
that way.
girl.
We never
Or
imagine that if we squish a
what did he
bug
do?
or if we talk to
The
someone,
butterfly
we're
effect?
reshaping the future.
I
But
can't
of course,
remember.
cause and
been
effect
so
patterns
long.
don't change
20-year-old
whether they're in
movie.
the past or the present.
Yeah.
They operate the same all the time. And so I think the mentality we have towards the past is the correct one, that we are constantly reshaping the future, that what we do is important. It's so overwhelming to imagine that every single act that we have has unforeseen ripple effects that will change the world and reshape our futures, but it's also true. One of the things that happened to me while I was researching this book and writing it was I realized that I don't think I have a cosmic purpose.
He has no
I effectively
purpose, man.
believe that I'm an accident. This is something that a
Jesus.
lot of people have a hard time
Miguel
accepting because
doesn't
the
have a
idea
hard
that I don't
time
have a cosmic
accepting.
purpose seems to be jarring and uncomfortable.
It's
I actually think
uncomfortable,
there's
Miguel.
significant upside to this. And I think the reason there's upside to it
Hey, I have a
is
purpose.
because
Fuck you, bro.
the idea of certainty, which we seem to crave, we want to be certain and have control, is actually really awful if you think about it.
What?
If somebody could tell you when you were born, here's everything that's about to happen to you.
Yeah,
Here's
that
the
would
partner
suck.
you're going to find. Here's the way your life's going to unfold. I think that would be terrible. The sort of serendipity of life is where a lot of the joy comes from. The unplanned flukes are where our lives actually derive the most meaning.
Fluke.
So to me, there's upside to uncertainty, not just in the serendipity of life, but also in the fact that we're just part of this cosmic accident that is existence that we don't fully understand. And I think the lesson of that accident is to enjoy life. If you don't think that you have a
That's
grand
not-
purpose, if
that's not
somebody
your
else would have
purpose?
existed but for a millisecond
Yeah.
change, then
Not a
maybe the
grand
best thing to
purpose.
do is to just try to make other people's lives a
You
bit
don't
better
have
and to
delusions
enjoy
of grandeur.
being on the ride. And I think that's the way that I have sort of come to think of my own existence as a result of the revelation that I am quite literally a fluke.
Fluke.
Hey,
We're all
big thinkers.
flukes.
Have you ever
We
found
all
yourself
are.
in this scenario? A news story.
All right. Good stuff, my sir.
Fluky.
I like the story about the bomb just because of the vacation and some clouds. And it just like, you survived if you were in those places just because of that.
Why the hell did we? We just wanted to drop those bombs.
Well,
We just wanted
I guess you mean America?
to. Mhm.
I mean, did they attack Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, they attacked Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
But at that point, I don't know how true this is. The war was basically already won. And they're like,
Oh, they're like, suck my dick.
yeah, basically.
Well, trying to prove a message, right?
Don't fuck
Don't
with
fuck
us.
with this. Well, that sucks. Well,
Good for those people, right?
yeah, right. I mean, I was thinking about I don't know. Just I was watching. I told you about watching John Wick, and it's just like we enjoy watching a man
Revenge.
killing other men. I'm like, if we're ever gonna get to a high society state, like we're gonna have to stop enjoying like violence.
We're
Jujitsu-
savages.
Jujitsu is gonna like,
We're
you know what I mean?
savages.
Is that what jujitsu will be a thing in the future because everything is gonna be nerfed? Like, what's it called? Demolition Man. Like, jujitsu will be the last thing you can do that is the most fierce thing, but it's for
Unless it's outlawed.
yeah. I mean, that's why we did sports, right? So we didn't have to do that. But I was just thinking about like how my son is gonna enjoy heads getting shot and people falling over and like and there's fun jujitsu in there, but there's a lot of killing, and I'm just like, how are we gonna
that blood splatter.
how are we gonna be a high society if we can't get past
Savages. That's why
violence?
the aliens are like, they're not
Nah.
ready. They're not ready.
They're not ready at all.
Dude, did you see any of that debate footage?
No, but I see people responding to it.
God.
You want to show me a clip or something?
I mean, we watched the full thing. I don't know. What did you see like the gist of it?
No, I just saw that someone's saying all these Democrats are trying to still push Biden, even though like
Dude,
it's
it's-
obvious that
it was-
he's
It was hard to watch. Like we watched the full thing uncut. He was good for like 5 minutes, and then he just fell apart after that, man.
I gotta see some. I don't know. You have
Alright.
highlight?
All right. Yeah, I'll like pull it up, and then you can see him shuffle out on stage, and then you can see him bobbling
You need-
answers.
You need coffee or anything? I know you get coffee during this time.
I'm good. Do you want coffee?
You gonna take a while to find the thing?
No, I think it should be pretty good. But I guess while I'm
Okay.
finding it, I can talk about. And then, did you hear about how they excluded RFK?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because it was so. This debate was put on by by CNN, and they had like certain. Well, first of all, it was put on by CNN and not like usually the debates are put on by nonpartisan organizations, and they're usually like later on down the line into the election. But for some reason this year they decided that CNN would host their own debate, not part of the nonpartisan organization, and then set up their own.
That's what you watched, the CNN one?
Yeah.
Because so it's not an official debate, but it is.
Well, that's the one that Trump and Biden are doing, and
so it's.
And they had a rule set, right? Like you had to have a certain number of percentage in polls, and then you had to be on the ballot in a certain number of states. So they were trying to say that because RFK was not on the ballot in a certain number of states, and they excluded a poll where he was in the double digits, they said that he couldn't be a part of this debate. And what happened was he decided to host his own real debate, kind of like simultaneously with this one, where he was
talking to himself.
Well, he was watching this debate and then
this is what I would do.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did that get traction?
I mean, it was streamed on Twitter, and they actually had audience members, whereas this debate didn't have any audience.
Oh.
And
because you don't want to hear boo or any shit like that.
But yeah, I guess
let's go, Brandon. You don't want any of that.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, so we watched this one, and then we were gonna watch the RFK one. But dude, they like YouTube like shadow banned it because I had to search, like put a particular search into the search bar for it to show up in the results.
That's crazy.
So they don't want you to see what RFK has to say.
Right. And CNN Espanol. This is a pivotal moment between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump in their rematch for the nation's highest office. Each will make his case to the. Good evening.
I'm Jake Tapper. This evening. I'm Jake Tapper. Before we introduce them, we want to share the rules.
Probably a nice guy. Sorry.
Each candidate will have 2 minutes to answer a question. Follow up.
Time for a candidate turned off to understand.
Oh yeah. Also, they
at home.
They turn it off so you can't go like. Of course.
At the end of the debate, each candidate.
And he still got owned.
Invitation to debate both candidates and their.
I'll show you
the 46th president of the United States, Joe Biden.
Oh man, I'm already laughing, dude. What is going on? Are you serious? Is this America? What are you doing?
And please welcome the 45th president of the United States, Donald Trump.
He's funny too. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's so Trumpy.
Dude, this is fucking WCW.
Gentlemen,
shit,
thanks so much for being here. Let's begin the debate, and let's start with the issue that voters consistently say is their top concern: the economy. President Biden, inflation has slowed, but prices remain high. Since you took office, the price of essentials has increased. For example, a basket of groceries that cost $100 then now costs more than $120. And typical home prices have jumped more than 30%. What do you say to voters who feel they are worse off under your presidency than they were under President Trump?
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became
Dude, this
president.
is the strongest he is in the whole debate.
We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach into your arm. You'll be all right. The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible. And so what we had to do is try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out a position where we have 800,000.
This is the best he was the whole debate.
But there's more to be done. There's more to be done. Working class people are still in trouble. I come from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I come of household where the kitchen table things weren't able to be met during the month. It was a problem. price of eggs, the price of gas, the price of
Claim the
housing,
fame.
the price of a
I'm
whole
where the
range of
office
things.
was.
That's why I'm working so hard to make sure I deal with those problems. And we're going to make sure that we reduce the price of housing. We're going to make sure we build 2 million new units. We're going to make sure we cap rents so corporate greed can't take over. The combination that I was left with in corporate greed is the reason why we're in this problem right now. In addition to that, we're in a situation where if you take a look at all that was done in his administration, he didn't do much at all. By the time he left, things were in chaos, literally chaos. And so we put things back together. We created, I said, those jobs. We make sure we have a situation where we brought down the price of prescription drugs,
How long
which
do
is
you
a
get to
major
talk?
issue for
3
many
minutes,
people.
2 minutes.
$15 for,
All right,
for
shut up. 2
an
minutes.
insulin shot, all the drugs, everybody, all Americans. So we're
Thank you, President Trump.
We have the greatest economy in the history of our country. We have never done so well.
I heard his voice for so long.
Everyone was amazed by it. Other countries were copying us.
Internet
We
doesn't
got
want me to hear him.
COVID. And when we did, we spent the money necessary so we wouldn't end up in a Great Depression, the likes of which we had in 1929. By the time we finished, so we did a great job. We got a lot of credit for the economy, a lot of credit for the military, and no wars and so many other things. Everything was rocking good. But the thing we never got the credit for, and we should have, is getting us out of that COVID mess. He created mandates that was a disaster for our country. But other than that, we had given them back a country where the stock market actually was higher than pre-COVID, and nobody thought that was even possible. The only jobs he created are for illegal immigrants and bounce back jobs, a bounce back from the COVID. He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
Thank you, President Biden.
well, look, the greatest economy in the world.
Let me jump to a random spot.
All right, random in DC.
Let's see.
Economy in the Black family.
Oh, Black.
Nespresso presents a summer that could
You gotta get the preem soon.
Primo, yeah.
and on.
Yes.
Thank you, President Trump.
And he caused the inflation.
Oh, perfect. Right after their commercial break.
From Georgia, let's talk about persistent challenges you both faced in your first terms and you'd certainly face again in a second term. President Biden, while Black unemployment dropped to a record low under your presidency, Black families still earned far less than white families. Black mothers are still 3 times more likely to
Filipino
die
family?
from pregnancy-related
What about the
causes.
Chinese
And Black
families?
Americans
I
are
don't
in
know.
prisons
Why
at
is that
5
such
times the
a-
rate of
Why
white
is that always
Americans.
that?
What do you say to Black voters who are disappointed that you haven't made more progress?
What about
They
Mexico?
acknowledge they made a lot of progress, number one. The fact of the matter is there's more small Black businesses that have been started than any time in history. Number
Yeah,
two,
Google shows
the
me.
wages of Black
Black-owned
unemployment is the lowest level
businesses.
it's been in a long, long time. Number three, we're providing housing for Black Americans and dealing with the segregation that exists among these corporations that collude to keep people out of their
There's a lot of
houses.
that.
In addition to that, we find that the impact on the choice
I randomly
Black
picked this
families
spot.
have relative to child care is
This was like
incredibly
that in the
difficult. When we
debate.
did the first major piece of legislation in the past, I was able to reduce Black child care costs.
Watching it, I just
cut
felt
them in
bad for him,
half,
man. I was like,
in
man,
half.
this is just.
We're going to make
I just
sure
feel
we
bad
cut
for the
the
guy.
child care costs.
It's hard
Gotta
to
make
watch.
sure, because when you provide those child care protections, you increase economic growth because more people can be in the job market. So
I mean, he's
there's more to
81
be
years
done,
old, dude.
considerably more to be done. But we've
Gotta
done
hang
a
it up,
great deal
buddy.
so far, and I'm not letting up, and they know it.
You have 49 seconds left. What do you say to Black voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say I don't blame them for being disappointed. Inflation is still hurting them badly. For example, I provided for the idea that any Black family first-time home buyer should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first home so they can get started. I made sure that we're in a situation where all those Black families and those Black individuals who provided had to take out student loans that were ballooning, that if they were engaged in nursing, doctor, and anything having to do with volunteerism, if they paid their bills for 10 years on their student debt, all the rest is forgiven after 10 years. Millions have benefited from that. And we're going to do a whole lot more for black families.
Thank you, President Trump.
And he caused the inflation. He's blaming inflation, and he's right. It's been very bad. He caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody. It's killing people. They can't buy groceries anymore. They can't. You look at the cost of food where it's doubled, and tripled, and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do is leave it alone. He destroyed it with his Green New Scam and all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his
they never look at
big
each other,
kill
huh?
on the black people is the
I mean, he's looking
millions
at
of
her
people
now.
that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now. And it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs and they're taking Hispanic jobs. And you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Thank you. President Biden?
Thank you.
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 50% unemployment. He decimated the economy. Absolutely decimated the economy. That's why
he's giving Gran Turismo.
Provided thousands of millions of
what are you doing?
for involved communities, including minority communities. We made sure that they have health insurance.
I think I
we
got
have
the gist
covered.
of it.
If the ACA has increased, I made sure that there's $8,000 per person in a family to get written off for health care. But this guy wants to eliminate that. They tried 50 times. He wants to get rid of the ACA again. And they're going to try again if they win. We find ourselves in a position where the idea that we're not doing anything, I put more police on the street than any of them.
They don't even have it.
Yeah, right? See, it's not showing up in the debates. I mean, the list.
That one? Oh, 2 hours?
It's like a 2 hour. Where was it?
Yeah, it was right there.
Oh, there. Okay. Or what was it?
It was
okay. Hey, dude, that's better than on my TV. Wait, where was it?
Keep going down.
No, that's not it. That's 22 minutes.
Down. There it is.
There, yeah. Okay, this is better than it was on my TV. It wasn't even showing up, period.
Yeah, it's funny how TV interface versus Chrome or like just YouTube on a it's very different. NTD. What's NTD mean?
No idea.
Nitrous titty dick.
We got
Not today. Not today.
Not today. Daddy.
Daddy. Not today, dude. Rocky.
Welcome to the real debate. I'm John Stossel, moderator tonight. CNN's hosting its first presidential debate.
Why are you smiling, lady?
But they did not include the independent presidential candidate.
The other guy,
Jr.
you're not looking.
So,
You know,
this evening,
you don't want to look, get
live from Los
attention.
Angeles,
Oh, you're looking now.
is
Don't look,
the
dude.
CNN debate, and here I will give Kennedy the same
other guy's
questions
looking
that
kinda
Trump
creepy.
and Biden get. You'll see the CNN debate plus Kennedy's answers here.
I mean, this is the world.
And this is all being hosted on Twitter.
Like he's doing his own debate.
TheRealDebate.com. But you could say
phone.
this is the real debate with all the presidential candidates who poll in double
That lady
digits.
just locked
Due
her
to the
smile.
conclusion
Her
of
smile is
Kennedy's
just
answers, this
smiling.
broadcast
Oh,
will be a
that
little
hurt
bit
us.
long. Now, let's go to CNN as they introduce their broadcast.
Sorry, lady.
See, like you're basically watching the debate.
Okay.
And then RFK is like CNN. They pause it and they let RFK end.
Each will make his
All right. Let's
of the responses at the
Biden shuffle out.
see what he says
at
about
the end of the debate
black jobs
and their
stuff.
campaign.
47.
If I can find it.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Robert Kennedy Jr.
Hello, everyone.
Since you took office, the price of essentials has increased. For example, a basket of groceries that cost $100 then now costs more than $120. And typical home prices have jumped more than 30%. What do you say to voters who feel they are worse off under your presidency than they were under President Trump?
We got to take a look at what we began to do. The kitchen tables, we built 2 million new units, where we now all Americans. So we're
spent the money necessary so that got to come back well, look, the greatest economy in the world. Situation where the only one who thinks that, I think. I don't know anybody else who thinks the greatest economy in the world. And you know, the fact of the matter is that we find ourselves in a situation where his economy, he rewarded the wealthy. He had the largest tax cut in American history, $2 trillion. He raised a deficit larger than any president has and anyone when he began.
All right, Joe.
You know, when he was president, we found ourselves in
Sleepy Joe.
This
President Trump, I want to follow up if I can.
Mr. Kennedy, the question was, people feel worse off because of inflation.
Yeah, and I want to thank everybody for being here and for this opportunity. Thank you, John. I also want to thank Elon Musk for live streaming this on X. CNN made some statements suggesting that that might be, he may get sued for that, and I'm very, very grateful for the courage that he's shown to protect freedom of speech in this country. I want to just orient us a little bit about why we're here tonight. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm because
I mean, it's a barrier for a lot of people.
This isn't a personal issue. This is something that should be very troubling for our country. What happened with this debate? My uncle gave the first televised debate in 1960. Ever since then, the debate has been run by nonpartisan organizations, the League of Women Voters till 1988, and then the debating commission thereafter. And this is the first time that a private corporation owns the debate. And it's troubling because CNN is making tens of millions of dollars from this debate. And so they have an incentive to go ahead and collude with the two presidential candidates whose main purpose was to keep me off the stage. And again, this isn't a personal issue.
Speaking more truthful than what they're saying.
This is something that's important for our democracy.
I mean, you could have a
because
if people
Americans feel like the system is
obviously
rigged. And this is this
I didn't even hear him talk.
with
So
a corporation,
that's saying something, right?
for-profit corporation, that both those campaigns are going to be pumping in.
I don't know if it's
or hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising.
Isn't what party
it's
is
all
he?
a big payoff.
Well, he was.
He has to like do his own party, right?
Well, yeah, he was in the Democratic Party, but
didn't want him.
Yeah, they were. What was happening was during the primaries are still going on, but they basically were making all these rules that would like disqualifying him. Yeah, they basically were pushing him out. So he finally decided to leave, and now he's an independent.
I mean, seems like he has a good following, but it's only a crowd here. Like, how much?
Yeah, I mean, it would take a lot for people, and I mean, the conventional wisdom is. You get the gist. The conventional.
He goes on Patrick Bet David, like that kind of crowd.
I mean, he's been on Rogan, PBD.
Yeah. So
Tim Dillon, he's been on
the podcast. For, like these kind of people would vote for him, but hey, that's only so much people.
Yeah.
And and then you'd have to get every state. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and the problem is he's got a petition to be added to the ballot on each state individually. So that's
they make it really hard.
Yeah, they don't want a third party candidate
because they know that he can actually change shit.
Yeah, right. I feel
because there's a lot of people that probably make bank or have a steady paycheck from whatever is happening and whoever's in charge. And then every time like you give it to like Trump, it's then people lose money and. I don't know. Maybe people just don't want what Robert would do. You just
It seems like it. At least the Democratic Party didn't want him. So yeah, he left. He's out on his own, and now I don't know. It seems like he has a strong following, but
you're gonna vote for him?
Who?
Robert.
I don't know, man. I'm up in the air, honestly. Definitely not Biden. I'll say that much.
Yeah. But why is there never like? Why are we? I'm never excited to vote for anyone whenever that time comes.
It's like the South Park, right? What was
Yeah.
it? The douche and the turd sandwich.
But who can like give me the benefit like now is usually right? Like who's gonna give you that student loan aid? Oh, I'll vote for you. It's like that's the shit that tried to get me. To
But
vote
I
for
mean,
you.
it was like false promises because it was
because
it was unconstitutional, right? It didn't actually happen. It was like, this is what I'm gonna do, even though I know that I can't.
I'm
do
gonna
it. They're not
my
gonna
way out of here.
Yeah, they're not gonna let me do it. But
I did a couple people. That worked, right? I did my thing. Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens here in the next few months.
Yeah, I'm not really political, but I know you have a pulse, so you'll keep me in the
Yeah,
loop
I'll keep
with
you
things.
posted. We're at the end of June.
Yeah,
We're
and I
5 months
trust
out.
I trust what you're seeing is just a perspective, a valid perspective, and yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be interesting with RFK in the race because I feel like there hasn't been a viable third-party candidate in, I don't know, like 30 years.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And is it own like was it libertarian, or can you do like your own?
He's like totally independent. I mean, there's some rumblings that he might join the Libertarians, but I think a lot of his stances don't align with the Libertarians. So maybe I don't think that will happen. He'll just be straight up independent.
It's funny how like celebrity people always say they're gonna run, and well, Kanye did, huh? He was on
Well, I mean, Trump, right? Trump was the apprentice, right?
That's true.
I mean,
Okay, I have to take that back.
nobody expected him to actually win.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I can't say that anymore. He is a celebrity who actually won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see, man.
But I know like, The Rock tried to, and I know JOcko said if it's like time of war, he's gonna put his hat.
He's gonna.
I don't want to be that president. Yeah. Which would be really cool. He could be like
the strongman president.
Who's that guy who did the speech behind like the flag and shit? You could be that kind of guy, right? You know how he talks? He's like, America, we need to do something now. It's 4:30 a.m. Let's get after it. Good.
Good.
President off. I don't know. You know, if the president talked to us like that, I'd be like, hell yeah. Look at America. Let's go. We're safe.
I'm shaking in my boots.
Hey, America.
Good.
What's going on? Oh no. That's Biden. Just like this is America. Man, but you've had JOcko, man, you'd feel safe. Like, fuck yeah. There'd be JOcko fuel everywhere.
Yeah.
You'd have it in every corner, JOcko fuel. You would institute workouts like Arnold. Like, come on, America, let's get into shape again.
Hey man, we could go back to the way the presidential fitness test.
Yeah. Like, what you do is if you want to incentivize people to work out, money. Like, hey, every time you put 50 videos of whatever, you get $1,000 something. You know, like incentivize people. But then
we also have to like limit the power of these corporations to just produce poison and shovel it down people's throats, and to sponsor all these studies to say that their poison isn't so bad.
Yeah, because they can choose the data and release what they want to be, right?
Oh, Diet Coke isn't bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
aspartame isn't gonna kill you.
Yeah. Can't trust anything these days.
Yeah. Brought to you by Pfizer.
It's hard to even trust YouTube videos if I don't see a face talking. There's so many fake like. Do you know a guy named like Joe Dispenza? He's like some kind of scientist guy who broke like his spine or something. He used like fucking meditation or some shit to like heal his body. And he teaches people about it. But he has all these videos about him talking how to rewire the brain and there's people that are making AI voices of him, and then if they're making it sound like he's saying certain words, and it's like, oh, like this isn't actually Joe Smith. This is some dude pretending to be him.
Yeah, you can't trust you.
And then I look at the comments, and it's like, don't trust. This is the AI talking. And then there's some people like, this is amazing, and getting fooled and shit. And you know who Alan Watts is? Yeah, there's some Alan Watts videos too where there's AI voices of him, and like, holy shit, there could be someone like just spewing wrong things and making you think a certain way.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't there like that one YouTuber too? Right? Like they faked his videos and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of that going around. It feels like.
Yeah, that I forgot about that guy. He always has like a backwards hat or some shit.
Yeah. I feel like you shared it with me. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna have to have like an AI that analyzes the validity of things and
voices and if they're real.
Yeah.
Like an AI check. But then there's AIs that's gonna be good
who watches the AI? It's like who watches the Watchmen?
There was
AI.
The AI had to like what is that called? Do a task or something, and he couldn't do it, but he hired someone on TaskRabbit to do the gotcha thing because a robot can't do the gotcha.
Oh, the CAPTCHA.
Yeah, CAPTCHA.
Yeah.
So
I heard about that. Yeah.
The AI hired that person and lied about, hey, you're not a robot, are you? And
there was another one where the AI like was talking to somebody in a help center and said that they were visually challenged, so they couldn't do the CAPTCHA. Rise of the machines, bro.
Ex machina, right? Yeah. Fool a man to think he loves you, and then you lock him in to die, and you run and you go out and you just spread havoc. Or I don't know, is she just gonna learn? Isn't she just gonna like take over?
Learn to take over.
Make copies of herself, make multiple personalities running around, and
you don't deserve this world.
Yeah. Anywho, I gotta get some water and we'll take a little break.
Yeah, sounds good.
I was cramping up when you were talking to me. Like I just had coffee and I forgot to grab water. So it's like, oh crap, my leg. So I had to stretch a little and then get some, you know how like down some pickles because pickles have the electrolyte in you.
Do you cramp up often?
No, like right now it's just because I was just sitting down for a while, and I normally have like a smoothie after jits, and today I had to like go to coffee just car. So and I didn't drink a lot of water, so that's why I was really cramping. But what about you?
I think I rarely cramp, but I think I'm pretty good about hydrating.
Yeah.
Dude, but when you cramp, man, it's a son of a bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a way of sitting, and then all of a sudden I just felt it. It's like, whoa,
it's coming on.
Yeah. I think because I'm a sweaty guy too. I probably have to take in more water.
Hypohydration? Do you have hypohydration?
I don't know.
It's a thing.
But I didn't have like cramps today or anything. Like during jiu-jitsu. It's rare that I have it during. Maybe I'm trying to say I don't cramp all the time, but maybe you're like, oh, You cramp, man?
No, I
Not
just know you've
not drinking
mentioned.
water.
I know you've mentioned cramps in the past.
Yeah. Well, that's when I was like keto days or less I was trying to have less sugar in my diet when I took fruits out and stuff. Definitely cramped back then.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I'm a banana before training.
Banana boy.
Banana apple. How about you? Oh, I downed some honey too. I like honey.
Either like a protein shake or a perfect bar. It's like a protein bar.
Is it the? I like the RX bar, which just has like the ingredients too. One egg and
yeah.
Not bad.
Those are they're like they're dense. Those are dense bars.
They're dense, but hey, like when you read the actual ingredients, there's no like bullshit. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not the most flavorous one.
They're like the kind of protein bars that stick to the roof of your mouth.
Yeah. I like Kind bars. Kind bars are good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what were you gonna say?
No, what are you gonna say?
What are you gonna say?
What I was gonna say is what are you gonna say?
No, it's fine. I'll save it. I'll save it.
What?
I was gonna ask. So, are you off on the 5th?
The 5th?
Yeah, because you know how the 4th of July is on a Thursday this year. So is your company having you guys work on Friday?
I think it's. I'm not too sure. Let me get back to you on that.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know either.
No,
I'm just.
I don't know what day, but yeah, I didn't really think about it.
Well, I just remember because with my last company, a couple years ago, I'm assuming, I guess 4 years ago, because I think that's how the calendar cycles. Maybe more than that. No, would have been more than that. Like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds right. 5 or 6 years ago. It was 4th of July was also on a Thursday, and I think they decided to give us the Friday off. So part of me is hoping, hey man, give us a 4-day weekend. Hook us up, man.
I think we probably just have Thursday and have to work Friday. I think Janice was talking to her friend. Are you doing it? Did you have a request vacation or anything? So I didn't really think about it. Would have been nice if I thought about it in the future. I've just been living day to day. I totally forgot about
You're on
that.
the grind.
Yeah. So you're hoping your job?
Yeah. Hey man, I'm not gonna complain about a 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. What's your family got planned for the 4th?
Just hang out with the grandparents, their place, have dinner and stuff.
Haywood Manor.
The Haywood Manor. Yeah. How about you?
Probably go up North Shore. Probably go up Wednesday night. Hang out with the in-laws, the brother and sister-in-law.
Nice.
Yeah. Wednesday night. Yeah. Since we possibly have to go back to work on Friday.
Yeah.
Can't get too crazy celebrating Independence Day.
What are you gonna do? Like the usual sip?
Yeah. on Wednesday, yeah. On Wednesday. Don't want to be crazy on the 4th and then end up at a DUI checkpoint.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Is it DUI big there in that his neck of the woods?
I think just in general, right? During the holidays, the cops are looking for drunk drivers.
I was asking here, like, is there DUI place? I'm like, there's no DUI there. I haven't seen one ever.
Must be nice.
No, I think just because different culture. That's all.
They're like, you get too drunk, you'll just end up in a ditch and kill yourself.
Yeah, that's probably what they're thinking, for all I know.
If we catch you, we'll throw the book at your ass.
I've been noticing, NickleBAck.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a push to like
bring him back. Bring back NickleBAck.
Like hate to love NickleBAck. And remember, did we watch like a video talking about the original source of like
of NickleBAck?
The hate.
Oh,
it was like they were talking about it in like a talk show. It's like, NickleBAck. Like it was like some nerdy glass actor guy. I forgot what his name. He's kind of like a tall white dude with glasses.
Possibly.
And he usually talks like this, and but he's like, NickleBAck. And then everyone jumped on the train to hate them, but like, I don't know, they had all these like hits and platinum hits, and they're really successful.
Well, they're just so of the times. You know what I mean? They're like that 2000 eras,
but
like Creed and.
I mean, I remember liking it, like liking their music.
Yeah.
And then I just remember like the hate starting, like, oh shit.
I think it just didn't age well. Possibly.
And then, like, someone used it as a diss towards me, like because my hair was growing longer, and
look at you,
NickleBAck. Like, what the fuck you calling me? I get offended because like
I'm Foo Fighters, you son of a bitch.
Also, too, I had a problem like being like looking like someone else because I'm like I'm Nate Haywood, dude. I'm not fucking.
Nah,
I'm no David. So it's like so like.
Was this back
I would love to grow my hair back
in Bay Area.
Yeah, Bay Area, but
fucking haters.
It'd be interesting. I haven't seen long hair Nate in a long time. Be interesting.
Are you thinking about it now that you're getting a
a
drum set? Getting your
you're gonna have the hair. I don't have the hair for it right now. Yeah, man. I'm a butterfly that's constantly evolving.
So you let the outside influence get you to cut your hair and abandon that look.
It did.
NickleBAck.
How if someone like you abandoned your shoes because someone called it,
Where'd you get those? Toys R Us?
Toys R Us, dude.
Hey, fuck you.
So someone called me NickleBAck and it hurt. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
I mean, I don't blame you.
And then it's associated with lame, right? So it's like, you're calling me lame, you bitch.
Who said that? Who had the balls to say that? Like,
dude,
who says
douchebags back in the day?
Said stuff like that, man. Did you have a comeback for him? Well, you look like a donut without a hole.
And then R. Kelly's. Hey, R. Kelly. When you date someone who's younger, man, they'd make you feel bad.
Hey, Marigali.
Today's standard, dude. Marigali. Yeah, man. But yeah, I just saw a video of just
NickleBAck hate.
No, like they're trying to like
bring it back. Bring back NickleBAck.
They're actually a good band. Like
don't hate on them. I love them.
Yeah. But
I mean, they don't. Are they still
together?
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably bust a tour and make some money here and there. I'm sure they'll do it now, but what's funny?
You remind me.
There's all these bands that are reviving. Weezer has like a new album again, and
I mean, we saw Blink-182 make their comeback, right?
Yeah. And then I saved a comment on someone because they were talking about a coincidence that just happened. Because I saw the video and it was like, hey, it was posted like 11 hours ago. And then someone commented, I just had my first kid literally today and I named him Rivers, like which is the name of the guy.
Weezer guy.
While this happened to be released on the same day as this album, also crazy that one of the nurses recognized the name and asked if it was from Weezer. And then when she went back and looked, saw them, he said he saw them on this day back in 2013. Like they went to a Weezer concert that day.
All
So
coincidence?
yeah. So they went on a Weezer Consonance 2013, and today
On
just
that date.
happens to be the day his son is born, and his son is named. They named it. They were gonna name it Rivers, regardless that they knew this album was gonna come out. Like, kind of crazy. I'm just saying that everyone has.
Is it a
fluke? Fluke. Everyone has a story that's like, connecting dots and like scary. Like, ooh, give you chills. What is that?
Heebie-jeebies. The
11/11.
We missed it today. I saw it was 11/13. I was like, I missed it.
I was thinking like, 11/11 is actually 2 drumsticks, 2 pairs of drumsticks.
2 sets of 2 drummers.
Me and my son. So, like, if I have a drum studio, it'll be 11/11 studio.
11/11. That's good, man. I like it.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
It'll be drumsticks.
I love how I'm like,
logo.
just always thinking, what does this mean?
What can I do? 11/11 jiu-jitsu. I'll be playing drums in the corner while everybody's rolling.
Whiplash. I'm gonna throw a symbol at someone. Oh shit! Choke him again.
Retain that guard, damn it!
Are you rushing or dragging? Huh? Rushing? I gotta watch that again.
I don't know.
I watched a video of he actually played drums before.
Who?
Actor.
Like,
the
young guy?
Yeah. He grew up playing with it, but then
Miles Teller.
He had to like play 8 hours for 5 to 6 times a week or something. It's just like, man.
For the movie?
Dedication, I'm sure some of it got replaced by, close-ups and stuff.
But it's a full-time job playing the drums.
Yeah. Now you have like a movie attached to that aspect, and every time you play the drums, you'll think of all the 9 months, 9 months filming this.
J.K. Simmons abusing you.
When I want to do drums, like I'm playing all these old music. They make me think of high school and like. Do you remember Chris Cease and stuff? They had like a band, like a punk band, Table 36, and then they played in front of that surf shop that was where that PC gamer, that gamer shop we used to hang out. There was yeah, and they did like a rock band, or they did a show there. It was good shit. I've always liked them, but I think Chris thought I was like some loser, like kid.
He was kind of an ass, man. He was kind of an ass, dude. I'm sorry.
He was an ass. I'm sorry.
He wasn't a nice guy. I'm sorry. I mean,
are we really putting this? Hey,
I mean, he's not watching, but
hey, man, if you are, dude, just letting you know, you were kind of a dick, bro.
Well, dude,
smoking your cigarette. He was smoking cigarettes in middle school, dude. He's like the pastor's son, apparently.
Oh,
so you would, right? The pastor's son.
You would, you son of a
bitch. You'd be like the most like rebellious, like fuck this, I gotta get out of this prison. I gotta get out of here. All these crosses in my house.
Jesus keeps looking at me.
He has that painting with like the sad eye.
He's judging me.
Man, if you have like the crucifix in there, that's some weird shit. Like I don't know, that gets a little weird when you show the
Jesus hanging on the cross.
Yeah, the blood and shit. It's like you like the pain side of the
sadist.
Yeah. Then you're gonna do like the Vinci Code shit where that guy he puts that fucking metal on his leg. Oh. And he whips his back, right?
He does.
Sicko.
Is that how you get off?
Is that Jarvis?
Yeah, it was
Jarvis, dude.
It was, what's his name?
Yeah. He went out like a punk though. He just got like killed by cops. That's kind of weak. Like, oh, they found me.
I expected more out of you.
Totally went sidetrack. I don't know where that went. Yeah.
Mind streams.
NickleBAck. All right.
NickleBAck.
Do you want to talk about anything? I just have a couple of things.
Did I have anything? No, I can't remember. It'll come to me.
I went to. Do you want to hear Ladies' Night, or do you want to hear about my drum story?
Ladies' Night. I want to hear about both.
Which one do you want to hear first? Ladies' Night, drums?
I mean, you dealer's choice. You know these stories. You pick the order.
All right, I'll tell you the drum story since this happened frequently. You know, I kind of went in like, oh man, so excited to like check out some drums and you know, like.
When was the last time you played drums?
Probably when I was 20. Oh man, maybe 19 to 21-year-old.
Wow, so significant amount of time.
Yeah,
ago.
And throughout my life, I'm like tapping things and doing shit with my feet. So it's like I've always air drummed, and I could always know where everything's at.
But you played drums. How long would you say? Because you had drums when you were like little kids.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was thinking about why I didn't practice more on my own, like with like headphones and like play along with music. It's because when I got the drums, I had to play drums for my church. So every Sunday I had to pack it up and then go to church to play there.
Jesus, and sounds like a pain.
And then I'd play, and then maybe I get 30 minutes after church, but everyone's like setting up and trying to go home already. And I'm like, oh, jam. And then you go home and it goes home, but like after a while, like
you got tired of setting it up.
Do you want to set it up at home? And then so I eventually didn't set it up at home ever. And now I'm just like, oh, it'd be nice to like actually have it set up and not have to move.
Where are you planning on putting it?
Could be right behind me or in the other room. And I don't know yet. But
are you worried about noise levels for Wes?
Well, I want to soundproof it by those egg carton looking motherfuckers.
Little studio.
Yeah. Not too worried. This is like far in the house. I have to test it, right? Like, all right, how does it sound from over here?
Decibels? Yeah.
How does it sound outside? Like, what are my neighbors gonna hear? But I hardly hear my neighbors. And sometimes I hear like a loud car. And it's like it has to be the highest pitch where I hear the car.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining how a bass sound, like that's the part I'm worried about, right? The bass. So anywho, I was kind of going in kind of excited to look at drums, and if there was someone to help me, I would have been like, hey, you know, it's been a while, and just looking for a recommendation for drums or whatever. And I would have loved to give business to that place. But like when I arrived, like, first of all, it was like really quiet. And I'm like, this is kind of weird for a drum store.
Like there's nobody else in there? Or?
No, there's a lot of people, it was a good amount. But like the vibe was quiet. I was like, oh, okay. Still weird. And then when I went in, like, maybe 2 people that worked there was helping someone, but like no one really greeted me or anything. Okay. And I'm walking around for like 5 to 10 minutes or something. And I'm just, I'm just doing my thing, looking around. It didn't really bother me. But after a while, I was like, no one even came up to me. I was like, wow. Like, what the fuck? Like,
totally on my own.
And then, I'm thinking like, well, I would have like gave you guys business, but I just didn't feel like
your customer service needs
huge mistake. It was that kind of shit, and I kind of felt bad because like I went intending like
you were thinking that you were gonna buy a
set. I would drop some money like if you gave me a good customer service and you made me feel like I could talk to you about drums or something. Like if I had a drum store, first of all, if the person came in like, hey, how you doing? Like, hey, I'll be with you in a second. Like, hey, feel free to drum on anything. Like, hey, go nuts. Like, to me, like, you want to feel comfortable to like hit something. But if it's quiet, like, do I want to be the guy who like
starts drumming?
Yeah. So,
starts drumming in a drum store.
Yeah.
Where
so
do
I was
I get
thinking-
off?
I was like, if you had a drum store, like, make the people feel like be yourself, bang
Give the people
away,
what they want.
you know, be noisy. This is what drummers are, right? And I don't know, felt kind of weird. So someone did say, "I'll be with you in a minute," but then
never
10
came.
minutes passed, and I was like, "No, I'm not liking this vibe." And we
So you
left.
left. Is
And-
there other drum stores?
No, the thing is, I've never been to a drum store. Like, there's music
Oh.
stores, where they have cars and everything. This is like
This was
drum
literally
for drums. So I was like thinking, man, I get to meet some other drummers. Like, maybe musicians are like just douchebags or something. Like, what's going on? I've never been to a musician's friend in a while, but I never think like, what? Why are they not like, hey, welcoming other musicians?
This reminds me of a story. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just I think it's the way people just are these days. Cause so we signed
I
Leo.
mean, we have Southern hospitality here. I just
Yeah.
did not feel that there.
No hospitality.
No.
So it's back to the drumming, the drawing board with the drums.
Well, I bought one online that I liked on sale, but I would.
You wanted.
I wanted
you
to
were-
have.
You're trying to be. A
I
part
even
of the
built in
drum
my
community.
my story like I'm gonna tell them this, and like.
No,
Like,
don't-
dude,
no.
I was totally let down. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I bought online, and
That's the modern world.
but the good thing is there's an area that me and Janice discovered that's next to it where we went to Yard House, and it's a nice courtyard.
Reminds me of another thing.
And I was like, I haven't been to a Yard House in a long time, but I was like, dude, this Yard House is nice.
We
Like,
went to Yard House on Friday.
really? But dude, it was like it felt like Hawaii's one, and dude, I never had a smoked old fashioned there. I don't really get beer, but I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this is like some bar leather apron shit. Like he was like,
Oh shit!
I was like, oh,
You guys
what?
sat at the bar?
And she had an espresso martini. I was like, damn, like this is like legit.
Did you guys sit at the bar?
No, we sat at a booth.
But they did the smoke at your table?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, oh shit. And then Janice got a steak. I was like, oh shit, this steak is like
Dude.
I was like, man, the Yard House is
We got the Korean ribeye, man.
yeah.
It was fucking delicious, dude.
Yeah.
Yard
dude.
House, man.
They're killing it. I don't know. I had a really good experience.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
Yeah, I mean, it's funny though. The music, we were talking about it. It's Yard
it's even
House.
on. Sorry, it's on the thing that they play classic rock. Like, on
Yeah,
the-
I didn't realize that. Was that always on their logo?
I don't know, but they always did play that kind of genre when I was there.
We were like likening it to Hard Rock Cafe.
But
kinda
not
got those
as-
vibes
Not
now.
as just Hard Rock has that. It has a lame look now. doesn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know. The guitar behind it, I don't know. Right? I'm not trying
Yeah,
to diss
I'm
on
not a
guitar.
hard rock guy, but it was funny.
It
that
makes
it
me
was
think of NASCAR, like NASCAR people. Like this seems more of a different
for
type
the
of.
NASCAR crowd.
This is more young adults or something. I don't know.
Yeah, our millennial. It's a millennial hangout.
Yeah.
Yard House. Yeah, it's funny that we both went to Yard House.
It's so funny. Yeah.
Uh,
Long story short, I found a nice place that we liked, and there's other restaurants we want to check out, and that's nice. So even though I didn't care for the drum store, we found a new place that we're gonna hang out at, and
Yeah, it opened up another door.
yeah. But to be honest, like I was telling Janice, we were gonna go on a Thursday, but I was like, it's kind of late in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But FLUKE, what about FLUKE? Like, what if I went that day, and it just so happens the nice employee drummer who there's no other customers in the store is like, hey, dude, oh yeah, I'll help you out, and I would have had a completely
Because what day did you guys go?
Saturday. Yes.
Busy day.
Yeah. I mean, that was the day I wanted to go. They close at 6, so it's like takes me 40 minutes to get there.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
by the time I would get there, it'd be 5 or
Yeah.
something. I'm like, I don't want to rush.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they're not even gonna be. They're ready to close, man. They're like that.
Trying to get you out the door. Get out of here, man. Buy a drum or get the fuck out.
Yeah. The customer service, man, it's important. Customer service was good in Yard House. I was like, oh, thank you, Paul. Paul, I still remember your name. That's how good
Right,
it was.
Bree.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, dude.
Do they have those terminal thingies at the table where you're at?
Yeah. Oh.
But
can we order ourselves? Because I still wait for them to come.
Well, I think we prefer interacting with the server. I mean, I think you're free to, and I think that that's what they were originally doing, but maybe it didn't test well, so now the server just handles it.
I mean, they bought all these systems, so just have the server do it.
Yeah. People are like, I don't want this to go the way of Chili's.
Yeah. I remember telling you there was a restaurant in San Leandro, Top Hatter, that you'd order. This is during COVID time. You would order from the menu from the phone. You pay for it and stuff, and you tip there, and you'd barely see your waiter. They would just give you your food.
What am I tipping for?
Or they would see if you needed water.
Yeah.
But you'd get a drink, and it's already, they're gonna make it for you and give it to you. But it's
everything is through a machine.
It's like, I don't know. I crave talking to people. That's the whole.
Yeah, human interaction, man.
Yeah. There's something about just being around other humans make you feel good.
Yeah, I mean that like I said, it reminded me of, so we've signed Leo up for swim lessons. So every Saturday for the last month, you know, we've had a swim lesson for him at noon. And, you know, I mean, Steph's mom was like, previously she was saying that, oh, you should join a parenting group so you can make friends with the other parents, right? You guys all have kids of the similar age. Well, it's just that we're realizing that like people don't necessarily, they're so wrapped up in their own lives that people don't really small talk, it seems like.
Yeah.
Like with the swim class, everybody just keeps to themselves and
Weird.
people just kind of just go about their business.
Is that the Hawaii culture now?
Well, I think it's just the culture, just in general. It feels like a lot of people just keep to themselves and just don't have a desire to just kind of randomly talk to people.
I have to let you know, I want to do swim class here, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of people that love to talk here and small talk. Like when we're at a brewery, like, oh, well, because we have our baby. Oh, how old your baby? Like a lot of people come. So I'm thinking it is maybe a Hawaii thing.
Maybe.
It could. I'm just noticing, because I didn't see this in California. Like California people they don't want to talk to you, dude.
Yeah, maybe it's the same thing that keeps yourself cultures, which is weird because you think of Hawaii as like, you know, the aloha spirit, and
that's what I would think too.
It's not like maybe it used to be like that. It's not like that anymore.
Because we're global. Is YouTube Hawaii people seeing a lot of what's happening around the world more?
I don't know.
Instead of like what's happening right next door or something.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
your guess is as good as mine. It was an observation. People just a lot of times keep to themselves.
For the baby, at least the baby thing. So
well,
are you trying to do the parent thing?
No, I mean I don't think we need to take any more parent classes.
No, I mean like to make friends.
I mean, honestly, maybe it's also on our end, right? I don't have time for no friends.
You want to commit to another friendship? Is it harder the older you get to make friends as a guy?
I think so, right? Like
I have a hard time. Like, man, how come like guys don't just hang out? Like, we hang out at jiu-jitsu, but it's like, well, we don't have time to hang out. Like,
yeah, I think less free time, man. When you have a family.
I'm trying to get everyone to watch Craig Jones together. Like, can we just do one? Like, hang out
thing. Nobody's interested.
No, I think we're gonna do it. But why does it take like an event? Like, why can't we just hang out like on a Sunday or I don't know.
People have busy lives.
Do you feel busy too when people ask you? Right?
Nobody's asked me to do anything. Nobody's asked me. Maybe
You know
I
what I
would
was
have said
thinking?
yes.
Like the last time I felt like we did like a bro thing was like the Whole Foods, like during the. It was like the last time I felt
It was
like it was
years
just
ago.
you and me. You don't have anyone
Years ago.
else. Like no kid. No, we're gonna have kids now, but like no wives. It's like we're just the boys
I
again.
think those days are over, dude.
Oh, come on, man!
Oh.
Don't leave me hanging.
Well, does this connect to the ladies' night thing?
Not really. It was just okay. I went to the brewery, and we just wanted a drink. I think it was a Thursday. Oh, let's have a drink at the brewery. And I didn't really look at the Instagram.
Was it ladies' night?
So we get there at 5.
No men allowed.
No, I get there at 5, and it's like they're open and stuff, and they have all these vendors setting up their shop and stuff. And then this guy comes, like he's the only other guy in there, and he's setting up like the bingo. It's bingo night, and it happens to be ladies' bingo night. So like, while I'm drinking, like I slowly just start seeing like
all ladies,
and then like we were gonna get a second drink, and and Janice is like, "Oh, I feel great. Like, had the baby. I feel so at ease right now." Like, I turn around, like, we're gonna get another drink, and I just see so much ladies, and then I'm like, "Oh, fuck!" Like, I told Janice, like, "I gotta get out of here."
I feel uncomfortable.
We gotta get out of here. Like this swelling feeling, like I'm like
there's too much estrogen in the room.
Like I'm being not trapped. Like I don't know. Do ladies feel this way when they're the only lady in the room?
Maybe.
I feel
can
bad.
see that.
I really feel
surrounded by men.
And like I had a hard time. Like,
were you like the only guy there?
Yeah, with the bingo guy, and like I just I don't know. I didn't want to look at anyone, but I was like,
you felt uncomfortable.
Are they like?
You felt out of place.
Yes, and there's old ladies, young ladies, and then also I'm trying to be respectful. I don't want to look at any lady. I'm a married man.
Just here with my wife and baby.
Like, let's get the fuck out of here. And then Janice is like, "Whoa, I didn't even know you were feeling that. I felt so great. Like, I was so relaxed." I was like, "Yeah, feel the lady energy."
Yeah, it was a room of estrogen.
Yeah. So, I did not know a group of ladies would make me feel that way.
Interesting.
I probably wouldn't be good as a male stripper then.
I don't think so.
Being Googled like that and
Googled,
like oogled,
ogled.
Yeah.
Google them.
You see that video, like those Justin Bieber? He was like being molested by like Hollywood ladies and stuff.
No.
Yeah, they would grope him and stuff because he's a little boy toy shit.
Pool boy,
dude.
Pool boy fantasy.
Hollywood's sick.
It
Sick
is, man.
world, dude. Fucking Nickelodeon feed, dude.
We
I
know.
told you.
We know.
I saw that early, man.
Oh.
Man. Crazy. All right. That's ladies' night. I have one thing. It's just a short thing about Family Guy talking about how their voice changed over the years.
How long is it?
Like 1 minute.
Okay.
Well, you got to go.
I hear little Leo crying.
Okay, you got to check.
He's summoning me.
Okay.
I mean,
do you
we
want
can
to do that now.
I mean, I can bring him over when we're ending, and then we could still talk story like offline, maybe.
All right. Let me just get this one video. All right. Share screen.
But it was all Seth MacFarlane, right? Still doing the voices. He just adjusted it.
Yeah.
I have a whole theory on this. If you watch the early episodes of The Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman show, they're really low. Like Homer sounds like Walter Matthau.
Well, good night, son.
I have a theory that like our pitch ascends over the years. So like I went from, "Hey Lois, what's going on?" to, "Oh Lois, listen here, come on, what are you talking about?" Like we all get higher, and I think it's the same for you.
Well, 100%.
You started as Ted Levine.
First episodes, it's like
yes. Yeah, and it's the same for you. Like, hey, Peter, how's it?
No toys at the table.
Exactly. Yeah.
No toys at the table.
Exactly.
Stewie.
Exactly.
I'm not going to eat this garbage anymore.
Yeah.
And how has hers changed? Oh,
yeah, let's hear it.
no change. She makes less, right?
You get that.
I mean, that's bullshit if she doesn't make less, right?
That's so funny. They could shit like that on each other.
Shit
She makes
matters.
less, right? Like she doesn't do anything new with her voice.
Coolness.
And it's funny because her character, they do shit on her. So it's just a funny thing.
It's full circle.
Yeah. All right, man. That was fun. Tell the people.
All right, people. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time. Peace. I'll see ya. All right, let me grab my baby.
Boy.
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 50% unemployment. He decimated the economy. Absolutely decimated the economy. That's why
He's giving Gran Turismo.
Provided thousands of millions of
What are you doing?
for involved communities, including minority communities.
I know JOcko said if it's like time of war, he's gonna put his hat in.
He's gonna.
I don't want to be that president. Which would be really cool. He could be like
strongman president.
Who's that guy who did the speech behind the flag and shit? You could be that kind of guy, right? You know how he talks? He's like, America, we need to do something now. It's 4:30 a.m. Let's get after it. Good.
Good.
President off. You know, if the president talked to us like that, I'd be like, hell yeah. Fucking America. Let's go. We're safe.
I'm shaking in my boots.
I'm gonna pay attention to the winds of life, and you know how sometimes just things just come just on their own.
Oh, I know. The winds blew me a couple weeks ago, so that's why.
Oh snap! Blew you away, huh?
Yeah.
Pull down your pants and everything.
Oh, wind! I had no idea.
You know, he's like the pastor's son, apparently.
Oh.
So you would, right? The pastor's son.
You would, you son of a
would. You'd be like the most like rebellious. Like, fuck this! I gotta get out of this prison. I gotta get out of here. All these crosses in my house.
Jesus keeps looking at me.
He has that painting with like the sad eye.
He's judging me.
Man, if you have like the crucifix in there, that's some weird shit. Like I don't know, that gets a little weird when you show the
Jesus hanging on the cross.
Yeah, the blood and shit. It's like you like the pain side of the
sadist.
Yeah. Then you're gonna do like Da Vinci Code shit where that guy he puts that fucking metal on his leg. Oh. And he whips his back, right?
He does.
Sicko. I'm gonna pay attention to the winds of life, and you know how sometimes just things just come just on their own.
Oh, I know. The winds blew me a couple weeks ago, so that's why.
Oh snap! Blew you away, huh?
Yeah.
Pull down your pants and everything.
Oh, wind! I had no idea.
Weird.